Hey Fit Fam, Coach Rant from Team Flex. Today we're going to dive into the Southern USA Pro Bikini and we're going to talk about our top 5 placings. We're going to go over why they landed the way they did, who was in there, who won the show, and what this means for you as a bikini competitor out there trying to do your best on stage. No matter what level you are at, this is what we do on this channel. We talk about the things that will make you place better, all right? So that's what we're gonna do today. If you're new here, subscribe, hang out with me. We got a lot of great videos and comp reviews coming up all the time here. So here's our top 3 from the Southern USA Pro Bikini. We have Maria right here. She is our winner. We'll keep her in the middle. Ulia over here taking 2nd place, and Brittany here taking 3rd. We will look at our 4th and our 5th places here in a moment, but for now, we're gonna start with these ladies here. So all very good representations of the criteria of bikini, which is this hourglass shape. We got tons of videos on this channel talking all about this, but this is basically the fundamentals of bikini. You want to make sure you have the hourglass. You want to be up, down, left, and right, symmetrical to having that physique look like an hourglass. I know, I say it all the time, but this is the factor that you really need to pay attention to. It doesn't matter if it's your first show, you're trying to get a pro card, or you're already a pro. Your goal becomes building the best hourglass shape you can, and that obviously comes from various muscle groups in the upper body, the shoulders, and into the waist here to narrow it, and then widening back out the kind of base of that hourglass, if you will, in the lower body, the glutes, the hamstrings, and the quads. Okay, so looking at the lineup here, very all good physiques in the sense of the criteria, all hitting the marker as far as, that hourglass shape goes. Now we can see right out the gate here, Maria, she's got really good shoulder development, but it's not overdone. It's right on par. And looking over here at Brittany, in our 3rd place, she's got a lot of really bigger kind of shoulder look, a little bit more of that development. And I think that could be a factor here as well. I always say that having too big of an upper body in bikini or even in wellness is going to be problematic, because it starts to make you look, like you could be going classes up, moving into figure and things like that. I don't really think that's the case here with Brittany, but just looking at the shoulder size difference here of her in 3rd versus our top 2, like look over here at Ulia's shoulders, right? It's definitely not to that same level of development. And, Brittany's shoulders look a little bit heavier in this shot, meaning she's got more muscle there. So that could, again, be a factor in placings. Just keep in mind your best bikini physique is going to be your most symmetrical physique, and that's going to be up, down, left, and right. So Maria's really got a good shoulder shape. We got that pop, we got that little bit of separation that judges want to see, and then that really does sweep us very nicely into the narrow waist. All these athletes very on point with the waist here, very narrow, bringing that hourglass to the center for the most part. And what I see big differences here, 1st to 2nd, is obviously Ulia has a little bit less of that shoulder shape. It's just not as much as really Maria's bringing. And also, her waist looks a little bit, conditioning could be a little tighter in my opinion there, and that might be a factor as well, right? Maria really did lock down the look, bring a very flat stomach, very flat waist, and she's got a lot more pop in the glutes here as well. So really good upper glute development, overall glute development, and really nice balance in the lower body between the hamstrings and the quads. Really key to have this as a bikini competitor, right? You don't want to come out there with just really dominant glutes or really dominant quads or really dominant hamstrings. I mean, if you have any of those muscle groups, you got to really bring the balance together between them all to do the best, right? And everybody kind of has one they're really maybe ahead of the game in, maybe have a little bit better in the quads, maybe you got a little bit better in the hamstrings or the glutes, but you got to really make sure that look is coming into symmetry and full circle to bring that to stage. So all really good looks here for these ladies. However, those are some of the differences. And looking at Brittany specifically, I think upper body wise a little bit too muscular. It really does pull together her look though, looking lower body, because she's got the glute development and the quad development, the hamstring development to match. However, I still think maybe in this lineup could have been, that development could have been pushing her out into the bit of 3rd place, in other words, versus 1st, okay? Now, looking from the back, I always say bikini's one from the back. If you're new to this channel, you're going to get used to hearing me say that, because it really is. And this is where we get to see the full story come together, all right? So still some factors that I was talking about, like, Brittany's upper body, looked really big from the front, not as big from the back, but it's still still very dominant compared to her lower body here, right? She's got good glute shape, good structure, good development. It's just not giving that three-dimensionality effect, that pop kind of effect that, you know, we're really getting over here from Maria. Maria's got very symmetrical, good shoulder development, nice taper, comes in, and the upper glute prominent, showing through. Overall glute prominent, showing through. We're getting more of a three-dimensionality effect in this tie-in, and it's very balanced nicely between the quads and the hamstrings. So very overall symmetrical look. Conditioning is nailed. Brittany's got the shape over here in third, but you know, it's not giving that same level of effect. Almost needs to bring the glutes up a bit to kind of match that upper body in that sense. And then Ulia over here, she does have a lot better of you know, that glute pop, that overall 3D effect. Upper glutes good, overall glutes good, but it's still not on the same level as Maria's. So more glute development, more hamstring development, more pop. That three-dimensionality effect that I always talk about is, again, reigning supreme on the bikini stages, okay? You really want to make sure that you're not just focused on chasing the shreds or getting lean or doing this and that. You want to focus on that development, and I think we're really seeing that come through in this lineup here, especially in the back. Now, let's look at our fourth and our fifth here, because this really starts to, you know, show a bit more difference, because in the actual just top three, it could be the smallest of point structures that are changing those placings. In this, we get to really see, okay, here's some separation. So we have Kate here in fourth, and then we have Kimberly over here coming into fifth. Obviously, Maria, the winner, in the middle. So now looking at this, again, very comparable physiques. This is what you see at the pro level. You're like, okay, everybody's got the hourglass. I'm not even going to go over that again because we already know they have it. Now, here is some substantial differences, right? I think Kimberly has, you know, she's got really good shoulder development. I would probably tweak with her posing a bit. Her lower body does look a little bit too dominant in this look. It's, you know, it's more of based on probably her physique structure, and, you know, you got to know genetically kind of where your physique, your frame is too, to really hone in your posing. So I think with her, a little bit of posing tweaks, kind of figuring out how to relax the shoulders a bit more, maybe bringing those through might make it look more balanced, but she looks too over dominant in the lower body here, and I think that's a factor. Kate's look is really good from the front overall. This is a nice hourglass shape. Everything is there, you know, but what we always say, and I'm not even going to say it again, is let's go to the back pose. And this is where you really get to see. So our fourth and our fifth have the biggest differentials, right, in this back pose, okay? This is where you really get to see. So definitely not as much glute development coming out here for Kate, not getting a lot of that pop effect. The upper glute looks more flattened. Overall development is just not the same. And, you know, her quads and her hamstrings, in my opinion, sort of do overpower her glutes in this shot. If those were a little bit more developed, her glutes being brought up, in other words, I think it would really contest higher placings in the lineup, because she does have really good shape and structure overall. And the same thing's really going on over here for Kimberly, right? Like, it's, you know, that front shot, it looked a little bit like her lower body was too dominant. In the back, it comes together more, but it's just not the same level of development that we're getting here from Maria, in other words, the winner. So really a key sign here, you guys, if you're trying to figure out what the heck did Coach Rye just say, aside from a whole bunch of things, bikini, again, the hourglass shape is made by building muscle. So go out there and build muscle, get that shape. That's what we're seeing is the differentiating factor on every competition review I'm doing these days. I'm telling you, you really want to make sure you have that shape. You've got everything there that's tying that together and bringing your best hourglass to stage. Don't forget, even as a bikini competitor, you are a bodybuilder, okay? So it's about building your body, obviously conditioning and shreds, but you'll notice not big differences in conditioning between any of our top five. It's really all differences in muscularity and balance. So take that home with you, bring that to your training, and keep working at it, and you'll get better and better, all right? Thank you guys for watching. If you're new here, subscribe, and if you have a little second, give me a thumbs up and help me teach the algorithm. We love bikini. We want more bikini. Let's do it, all right? Let me know what you think of the placings too below. Do you like the way bikini is looking, the direction it's going? Thanks again for watching. Coach Rye is out.